Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, it's a wonderful world we live in today. As the trees are green, red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really trying to say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to Don and Freddie and Simon, beautiful one, and a double back.
Oh, Braxton, come. I just want attention. Today is a special day. We have 2 birthdays in a house. Happy birthday, Braxton. And we have also another man, Nathan. He's doing a board. Happy birthday, guys. Thank you. You're the best, guys. Thank you.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, a beautiful Monday morning. Now, it is Monday, right?
Monday afternoon, correct?
Monday afternoon, morning, same difference, starts with an M.
National Egg Day.
Today?
Yeah. June 3rd.
I'm going to change that, by the way.
To what?
It's going to go away.
Why?
Because I have some other things I want to put in there. Some public advertisement. I want to put
But
some...
only I see them, so.
Well, that's the problem. I want to have like announcements made, like different conferences where Sally's going to be talking, different things.
Good idea. Current events, list of events.
Yes, but you're going to lose your hamburger egg day.
All right, we'll figure it out. Don't let
Is that
people,
all right? And
don't
she's
tell
back.
people your dreams, show them. Amen. Walk the
So I'm
walk.
going to show you my dreams.
Happy Monday, everyone. Midday already.
Happy birthday to Baxton and Nathan. You know, I wish I was their age, but
Gosh, think about what you were doing when you were 25.
I was getting married for the second time.
Second time?
Yeah, more or less.
Wow.
You were married for your fourth time by the time you were 25, right? You were married very young.
And then she just got married again a year and a half ago.
I think you get married all the time.
Oh my goodness.
I know. You're going on 2 years already.
Yep.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes, yeah.
Wedded
Hi,
bliss.
Steve. I'm sure he's
Hey,
listening.
Steve.
Steve.
That was this morning's show. But happy Monday, everyone. We've got a great show. It's been a long time in coming that we've had Tinkerbell join us, but Tinkerbell is back, Silent Victims of Crime, talking about her foundation, Tinkerbell's Kids, and yes, she goes by the name Tinkerbell, and she brought her friend Laura, who is doing a documentary on Tinkerbell and the foundation.
Now I gotta ask you, is Tinkerbell in on her birth certificate? Is that on your birth certificate?
Not on my birth certificate because I only turned Tinkerbell 32 years ago.
So why don't you
My birth certificate was 79 years
Well, why
ago.
don't you put it in your birth certificate?
Because I think they wouldn't take me as seriously when I go to other countries. They don't know what Tinkerbell is. So it's better to keep it as the organization. But I'm called Tinkerbell everywhere for 32 years.
I think it's a marketing maven idea. I think it's fantastic.
I was at this event last night. I was talking to Kimberly Douglas, who's with Flo, who's been in here a few times, and she said, "You've got Tinkerbell coming on? I want to come." I know Tinkerbell. Everyone knows Tinkerbell. Everyone knows Tinkerbell in the courts. Everyone knows Tinkerbell in the movies. Everyone knows Tinkerbell everywhere.
That's because she's Tinkerbell.
Because she's Tinkerbell. I know. This woman is just amazing. Every time I see her and talk to her, she lights up the room. She's got great ideas for networking, and what she does for children is incredible.
I think she is an aspiration to some of the things that we want to achieve as well, go in that direction, bring in Miami. You know, all the pieces are there. We just have to make them go, put the batteries in them.
So we're going to plan on being down at our Miami studio in July to work with Tinkerbell's Kids and bring our crew down there and put a show together, put some elements together while they're at camp, and bring our crew down to bring it to fruition.
That's a nice place down there.
And then we can also do it virtually. So it's all about putting the pieces together. It's pretty amazing when the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. The whole
she
is
goes, the
greater than the
whole-
sum of the parts.
I'm thinking of a whole is greater
Not
than
a
the-
whole, a whole.
You said whole.
Not a
I just fell
H-O-L-E,
into a hole.
W-H, oh, forget English with you. I forgot. Grammar and you, forget about it. Forget about it.
So, do you want to talk about what happened on Friday?
What happened on Friday?
Boy, you fell into that hole. Didn't we do something spectacular on Friday?
Oh, Friday we were out on 2 remote shoots, which was incredible.
And who came with
We
us?
brought Sally and Jay with us. We went to, I don't know how you all kept going, because Sally and Jay Harmon, they showed up Monday morning at 9:45. And you both had a show that was going to be at 2:30 on Friday, and I thought, this is going to be a long day. So they came with us to meet, MEAT Eatery and Tap Room, which was incredible. So nice. Carson is the general manager. It's right over here on Federal Highway. Check it out, just south of Spanish River. The food was great. So much fun. What a nice guy. And then we packed up our belongings and we went down to United Community Bank, which is the bank that's working with us and our business as well as our foundation at Media Futures Foundation, and got to connect Jay and Sally to them. And I
Was
think
very
Jay's gonna
tired
call
when I
them.
got home.
And then you came back here and you guys
did the
did a show.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
did
a
a
new
show,
show.
and
was
then
the
you did
first
another
A new show.
Yes, yes. Actually,
then we
I
had
figured I
another
did
show.
3 shows that day because I was on your show, and then there was one, then the show that we were on with Jay, but there was one in between, something else. Well, not really, the one
You
in
did
the
the
cafe.
morning and the
morning,
midday,
yeah.
and then yours.
So I'm
Morning,
telling
the
everyone,
midday,
I
and the
did
afternoon.
3 shows on Friday.
And at 5 o'clock, she said, I should really leave, but I'm too tired to drive home.
Oh, we talked and talked, yeah. No, it was a phenomenal day. Thank you, guys. It was amazing. Thank you.
So I'm glad you kept up and had a good time with
Yeah,
us.
I did.
It was a lot of fun on Friday.
It was, and we learned so much about doing the remotes, because that remote, it never stopped. That remote went from one store, and then it came here, and they kept it going with music and entertainment. Michelle was nice enough to do that from Smokes Barbecue, and then she sent it back to us at the bank. So we did 3 sets in the same 2 hours, and we did a nice piece, and we learned a lot about transfers. We learned a lot about how to get the shows out on remote in here and work with the studio audience as well. So we're going to go to the next level, and on Wednesday, I'm proud to announce that Alicia is going to be at the girls. So we're going to send Alicia out with a crew, and they're going to do a spot with the girls. I've developed a way to communicate with her. I just hope she can do it. To communicate with her at the girls. She's going to introduce the owner. He has 4 businesses. The boys, the girls, right? The pizza place, the Mamma Mia. You know, forget about it. This guy is like a who's who. And we're going to do that, and we're going to bring it into the studio, and we're going to talk to her and see how that works. But all that has come about because of the show that happened on Friday and some of the technologies. We are going to be doing this also from Tampa. And stay tuned to that. That's what's coming up next. So we got some videos. I'm waiting for you to send me a video so I can put a piece together. Dawn's going to be doing a separate piece. We have some guests in the studio we're going to talk about. So we're going to try to change gears tonight.
Okay.
I hope you're ready.
I'm going to just figure it out as I go along, because I don't know. I don't often walk in and find you in a meeting with an entire crew and me not there, so I'm not quite sure what you've put together, but it's good.
Well, they want to show that that we are ready for the next level, that we are ready for bigger and better things, and that we are as good as we say we are, and they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. So they're going to bring it, and they're in there. They're all working different ideas. But it isn't going to just be today. It's going to be an ongoing thing. So that's what you walked into.
Every Monday I get to brain dump on a piece of paper for Vicky G. And
Yeah,
she runs through them like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo." I know. It's kind of cool. It's nice when I can actually, because if I don't keep my own list, then I forget. So my list in my brain goes to my phone list, which then goes to their list. And then they bring my ideas to fruition, which is pretty cool.
Well, we found out that the problem is that what I think about, not to speak for you, but what I think about and what I transfer that I want them to do gets lost in the equation.
Translation?
In the equation. Well, the translation is always there, but it's always a problem. But the problem is that my ideas don't necessarily blend with what they were taught in school. And after doing this for over 20 years, I've decided what got me here is what I'm going to teach again, because that's what got me here. And changing up to the way that they teach them in school may work for them. That's okay. I ain't going to argue that point. But I got to do what I got to do because that's what got me here. And I'm going back to old school. I'm going back to paper and pen. I'm going back to putting sets together and moving around. Got to do it because that's why we're here. You know, and there's a lot of TikTok and a lot of this. I get it. Do what you got to do. Freddie's going to stick to his hat, his shoes, and putting it forward the way I know how.
You're still going to Costco.
And going to Costco.
It's still actually
deserved an applause.
You know, I went to Publix this morning because we have to celebrate 2 birthdays, and everything shrunk since the last time I was at a grocery store. The Dorito bags or this, the toilet paper's got 4 little rolls in the package. Paper towels, 2. And all of a sudden, everything just soda. I couldn't find big things of soda.
That's because they have cut back.
Aisle 6, there were the skinny ones, the 1 liter, and then the little sizes, but
And the same price, right, as the other before?
You know, one day a loaf of bread is going to cost $20 a loaf, and they're going to give you just 2 pieces.
It's better if you don't go to the store.
I won't be around.
It's just crazy
It
what's
ain't
going
that
on.
far off.
No, you
Well, I
can't
ain't
say
that Freddie, I ain't that far off.
you
Yes, you're
can't
very
say
far.
that because we're going to live longer
We
than
are,
the
yes,
last
yes,
generation.
yes.
Truth.
You know, it's funny. You can't always go back to what shoulda, coulda, woulda been. You got to live with what you got, and you got to
Absolutely.
make it work, and you got to find a way to make it work. And I just found out that sometimes just having the conversation about a very sensitive subject sometimes is really sad. That you got to have the conversation. You know, it's taken for granted that what we do, the gift that we have, that we are still the greatest country in the world. Even that is taken for granted. Our military is taken for granted. Women versus men. The women are seen and deemed at a lowest species, which makes absolutely freaking no sense. It didn't back then and doesn't today. Makes no sense. But when it comes to production, it's time to do what we did when we started. When it was just you and me, and we walked around with a camera, and I carried equipment, and we went to iHeart, and we went all over.
Yeah.
I'm going back to that.
Okay.
Because those roots, to me, make more sense today than anything else that you can try and fail at. That's what I see. That's what happened to me this weekend. I ain't getting my bum reamed out again. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. I cannot control that I don't understand. So, that being said, why don't we move on?
Why don't we take a quick commercial break? When we come back, we're going to talk to Tinkerbell, we're going to talk to Laura, we're going to talk to Sally, and apparently we've got some other elements we're going to share with you. So follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe and like at the link below. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. More to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida, 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Desert me, need to catch my breath, need a second wind of hope. Please show me mercy. Losing my faith, would you help me find it? Help me to see whenever I feel blinded. I am trying to be more open-minded, but I don't understand your plans. And whenever I ask, you're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause I feel so alone. Lord, please don't let me go, and I need you. Too exhausted to be afraid. I've prayed and waited for you to save me. Like the earth has its seasons, there's got to be a reason, and I'm trying to believe it, but I'm losing my faith. Would you help me find it? The world made some mistakes, and now everything's unwinding. I am trying to be more open-minded, but I don't understand your plans. And whenever I ask, you're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause I feel so alone. Lord, please don't let me go, and I need you. You're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause you're my final hope. And if it's time to go, then I'll see you soon.
And welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that music. Marlena Rose, she joined us last week on set. What an incredible voice she has. That's her new song that she just dropped that we've had the pleasure of spotlighting. And speaking of spotlighting, I'm really excited to share. We have just started, some of you have heard rumblings about it, our Amp Media Futures Foundation. We cannot go by the acronym because someone else has already taken it, but we call it Amp Futures. And what it's all about, it's about empowering our youth in the media. And if you've ever been to our studio, Amp Media Productions, it is run by our community of college students and graduate students. And some of them have never had the opportunity to be in a real working studio. They've never had the opportunity to take what they've learned in school to put it to fruition and actually do the computer work, do the soundboard, do the video. So there are occasions that you'll see in our show that it is imperfect, but it's imperfectly perfect for us because they're learning, and we're a learning working studio, and we are honored to give them a chance to show us what they have. They teach us as much as we teach them. And we're going to show you a little bit of a spotlight about what they've put together. So take a look. Amp Media Productions is a multimedia studio approach where we're able to take one burn, podcast, video cast, put it on radio, put it on streaming. We bring in clients, community, producers, interns, students, businesses to spotlight their business.
And making sure everyone in South Florida can hear your voice.
Also, our shows are able to be seen on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Facebook, Twitch, website, embedment.
Share our numbers. Share our 10.2 million subscribers on Real Radio. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Thursday afternoon, man.
Bam!
The medium market, the smaller trending markets need a platform as well as the IBMs and all the big boys. They just can't afford to be on there. I make it so you can be on Monday Night Football, you can be on Major League Baseball, the NBA basketball.
We have taken it to another level to amplify your impact in business.
And you believe in your heart you want the numbers to see it. Then you come here, because this is a house of passion.
To walk into a restaurant venue and taste their food, see it, smell it, and bring it to you live.
From Florida, San Francisco, Michigan, nationwide.
Why choose Amp Media? Because we do it right. We do it with heart. We do it with professionalism, compassion, and we do take business personally. All of the things that we do, it's an experience, it's a sensory experience through art, music, singing, and then the opportunity to share your voice, amplify your impact in business.
You forgot 3. Welcome back to the House of Passion, because that's what it is. Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you.
And yes, the not-for-profit is a real thing. Come and talk to us separately from the cafe, because there are 2 different identities, and we're going to start highlighting that a little bit more so that you understand where things go. You can take the tax savings and everything else that goes with it, but we are looking for help to grow and go. And, you know, my father used to say, you ain't never going to get a broom unless you ask for it, otherwise they'll give you a mop. So what you want is you want to have a broom. So I want to be able to do what I need to do, and I am asking for your help, your assistance, ideas, anything that we can do to make this thing grow, because if you look at that video, these kids are worth the attention.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to have Tinkerbell, real name is Paulette Pfeffer, joining us, of Silent Victims of Crime. She has been passion project of working with children whose parents have been incarcerated, and she brought her friend Laura, who was doing a documentary, to put all this together. So we're going to call her Tinkerbell, which you know is so near and dear to my heart. So when media said she was working with Paulette, and we called her Tinkerbell, you know I had to meet her. At any rate, she's going to be joining us next week. So congratulations, she's getting her citizenship. her U.S. citizenship this week. She wasn't able to join us today, but she's going to be joining us next week.
And she'll be a citizen.
She'll be a U.S. citizen. How exciting is that?
I got the flags.
We'll greet her with the flags. Let's bring Tinkerbell and Laura over and say hi. Hi, ladies.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having us again. I guess, Laura, it's our first time today.
First time in the studio, and I just have to say before we begin that I love everything that you're doing. I'm so touched.
And we're so honored that you're here.
It's our pleasure.
So Tinkerbell, tell us about Silent Victims of Crime.
Silent Victims of Crime was a dream, just like you're dreaming it right now with your nonprofit. But the difference between a dream and reality is actually doing it, like you just said. You have to stick to it. So 35 years ago is when I started looking at children of prisoners and saying to inmates who were just coming into prison or leaving prison, because I worked in the U.S. courts in New York, and I would ask them, where are your children? And they would say, I don't know. Somebody took the kids. They were adopted. They were taken away from me. I don't know where the children are. And I started thinking, where do they go? What happens when an arrest is made? What happens to the children? I started looking at laws. There was nothing out there that showed anything. I had no statistics to know what happens to children of prisoners. So I started looking for them, finding them, bringing them to prison to visit their parents. I did it in New York. I did it in Illinois and Chicago for 14 years. And then I started saying, well, maybe we need to have a real program. So 29 years ago, I started a program for children of prisoners. I already had written 10 years of letters to Washington and sent faxes. By the way, faxes disappear. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember that, but faxes disappear. So all of my faxes sent to Washington no longer are readable. And the truth is that now it's time for me to start thinking about going to Washington and talking about what happens to children of prisoners. I've been doing it for 29 years. And so in a year and a half from now, I'm hoping to replace myself, and that's why Laura's here, helping me to do that replacement and doing a documentary on us. But how do you start a nonprofit? Because that was a good question you asked today, Don. How do you start a nonprofit? You start a nonprofit by thinking that there's something missing, that somebody should be doing something about this issue. And have you ever thought about that? What is it, an issue that you feel very strongly about, but notice that there's a hole, just a big black hole. So 35 years later, I'm now realizing that a bill has to be written, which I've done, and that this bill has to be introduced to Congress, to Washington, to delegators, to legislators, to people who know how to take the baton and take it the next place. So Tinkerbell is very appropriate because Don is holding my baton. My baton is a star. So it starts with a wish. So who are the children of prisoners? What happens to the children of prisoners? My interest was immediate because I was working with the parents. And I realized the parents commit a crime, they make a mistake, but the children and the family ends up paying the price. So where do I come from? Like, what happened to me that I gave up my entire career? I was working internationally, building American businesses abroad in 42 countries. And I was getting interested in the children again, even though I was no longer working with the courts. And I said, let me start a program for the children and find out what happens. Where does all this energy, because I'm going to be 80. So what is the energy of coming from 40 years old when I first started talking about children of prisoners to suddenly I'm 80 and I'm meeting people my age who have given up, They go for a swim, they do some art, but basically have given up on using your mind and your body to create things in this world. So I'm thinking, where did I start? How did this all happen? I think I may not have shared it on this show ever before, but I'm a survivor of the Holocaust. I'm not a child of a survivor. I'm a survivor of the Holocaust. I was born before the war was over. I was born in January of 1945. I've been looking at my documents. They all say April 45. So I was born 3 months before my actual documents were created, and I only weighed 5 pounds when my documents were created in Poland. But I was born not in Poland. I was born in the USSR. And my parents walked from there to Poland to claim that I was a Polish citizen and get my documents. And I was raised in a camp in Germany until I was 5 years old when my sister was born. And the camp is still in Germany, and it was put together by Americans and by English people. And survivors, 200 survivors, 198 survivors lived in this one big loft with 200 beds. And I remember as a child that thinking that what a wonderful world. I was a child and thinking what a wonderful world. And here we were just out of starvation. I barely survived. I was 5 pounds at 3 months. And my parents barely survived. And I think about it could have all gone the other way. It could have gone into hatred, into thinking people were horrible, thinking that the world is a terrible place. But instead, my parents were very loving and said, the Nazis did that, not people. Nazis are different from Germans. They're different from anyone else. And you have to judge people one at a time. And so I grew up living in 7 countries, loving the different ability to see different points of view, understand different foods, understand different environments, understand different people. Other people had a terrible time of it. Thank goodness that all I thought about my whole life is how do I help other children? And I finally was able to do it. I finally forced myself to give up my career. It's very hard to do both, a career and a nonprofit, because the kids in a nonprofit just take away all of your life.
You know, the amazing thing is that you did this and you've helped children and everything else. The amazing thing is that here you are so many years later, and you're still doing it. You know, the act of a champion, the measure of a champion is its consistency. Because you can do greatness one year. I can hit 40 home runs, 60 home runs one year, never hit a home run again. But that you have been doing this over and over, and you've taken it to a certain level. You know, you should run for politics, because you'll probably win. And I don't want to hear by age and all that other stuff, because that doesn't exist anymore either, right? It's about knowledge. It's about knowing what works and what needs to be done. I am amazed at you still doing it, what you started out to do, and I'm sure it's gotten even better and better. So that's an amazing story.
I don't think people realize when the war was over and everyone says camps were liberated, those camps were liberated. But you lived in a displaced camp for 5 years.
After the war was over.
After the war was over. And I think people just assume that the gates opened, everyone went out and went amongst their lives, and here we are. Not even thinking twice what happened to the people who lost their homes, that lost their jobs, that lost everything, that had to rebuild lives.
What is amazing is that the United States would not allow any survivors in that were Jewish for 15 years. And my parents kept moving from one country to another country where the quota would open up saying, okay, we're going now to Brazil, we're going now to Bolivia, we go now to Argentina, because the quota had opened up to come into the United States. And each time we got there, the quota closed. So people, to be immigrants in those days, totally different than today. We wanted to do it the legal way. We wanted to come in where it was legal to come into the United States with real papers that identified us as Americans. So when you talk about Annie Ray is so excited about getting her citizenship tomorrow. I think it's the 5th. I think it's the day after. On Wednesday, she's getting her citizenship. We have to really congratulate her, because people who fight to come into the United States, because it's still the best country in the whole world. I would not change one hair on my head to be in any other country ever. America is the country that gave us a place to live, that gave us a place to succeed, and where anybody can open up a nonprofit because they think that children and adults or the group that you choose deserves it, and that you feel powerful enough to do it. So age has nothing to do with it, because I've lived through 8 decades. Every decade, The young people have dreams, and they're different, and they say, oh, this is the worst generation ever. It's not. It's the same. Decade after decade, just the issues change. But it's the same. It's a struggle to make it through the things that you believe in.
How many languages do you speak?
I'm sorry?
How many languages?
I speak 4 languages fluently, but my mom used to speak 8. Wow. She spoke with an accent. All 8 languages had a Jewish accent. Where I at least was able to figure out how to get that accent out. But it took a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm really excited that we're going to be working with Tinkerbell and her foundation, Tinkerbell's Kids, and our crew, and going down to the Miami studio in North Miami Beach, Don Pablo Studios, and showing your kids what we get to do.
It's what you guys do is every child's dream. And probably every adult's dream as well.
Yeah.
To be able to get up on a stage and speak your mind, I envy both of you because you've been able to do this for so many years. Freddie, you've been doing this for, 20 years?
Over 20 years.
Oh, my gosh.
But you know something? I could be doing it 40 years. It isn't about that. I just like the longevity, the consistency, and I see the changes. And these kids have such a hard time right now. When we grew up, I thought it was hard. I look at what's going on, it's even harder. Crime is always gone in one direction, even though they say crime stops, it doesn't stop. And then there's the psychology of what happens, you know, what you went through, concentration camps and everything else. That's a scar that stays with you forever. And it bleeds into your kids and their kids and their kids. And people just don't understand how severe that could be and the things that happen to you psychologically. So this was not my idea, this not-for-profit. I tried to talk Dawn out of doing it, simply to spare her the no's. I mean, I've been in sales 50 years. I'm used to hearing no. Been married a few times, no. I've been all of that. So I try to spare her the no's. And my goodness gracious, she got approved in 30 days. 30, who the hell does that?
I never heard of that.
Meant to be.
Meant to be.
I was floored. And I saw the letter. She says, look at this. I went, what? What, is that real? Remember, we called everybody.
Everyone's like, send us a letter. Are you sure?
What?
My son tells me, because he's dealing with not-for-profits, he says, you'll probably hear maybe in 9 months to a year. 30 days.
That's what I said.
So now she got my attention, and that's the shame of it, because I should have been more supportive to begin with. I should have said, let's go, roll up your sleeves, and if it happens, it happens. If it don't, we just keep trying.
But how great would it be to have your kids? We still have it by name, but we don't really have anyone doing it. Our AMP Children's Television Network. To have your kids now run it. Right?
Unbelievable.
And they can run it from Miami because we have a lot of virtual platforms we can do. We can, maybe once a month they come here or we go there, but the rest can all be done.
That would be
virtually
amazing.
They can script it, they can write it, they can be it.
I want you to meet Laura because Laura
Let's introduce Laura.
is one of my mentors. And because of Laura, she's now doing a documentary. But because of Laura, I now have to think about my steps much more cautiously than I did before. Because she's there looking all the time with her own little camera, her eyes, and deciding this is the way this is going. This is amazing. She's watching it happen before her very own eyes. This is quite an amazing opportunity. I really would love to introduce Laura, and that's why I brought her today. Because,
so glad you did.
And I actually pulled her here. She didn't come willingly, no.
No. She didn't have to pull too hard. Thank you so much for inviting us again to be here today. And what can I say about meeting Tinkerbell? I met Tinkerbell, I want to say it's now maybe 3 years ago, through a board member who was a realtor. And I met him when he was overseeing a real estate transaction. And we met, and right away he had to tell me about Tinkerbell. And he began speaking about Tinkerbell and reflecting all of the excitement that she exudes when she speaks about the kids, and he shared the same passion. And I said, well, I have to learn about this organization. And I was learning about the organization, coming to know Tinkerbell, and I appreciate the word that you used in describing kind of the trajectory of Tinkerbell's story in saying consistent. It does take consistency, especially with nonprofit organizations working with children, etc. But I would say the word that comes to my mind also when I think about Tinkerbell is resilience. And I think that that's something that it's kind of like a lesson and a message that we can be passing down to the next generation through example, and Tinkerbell is really someone who leads by example. I'm trying not to be distracted.
She said, I told you she wanted to come see you.
Oh my God.
Or she didn't know they were coming?
I knew one was coming. I didn't know the whole team was coming.
I didn't either.
We got a bus coming.
Tinkerbell's fan club.
I love you guys.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Go ahead.
And I love what you're doing, the documentary, and you're
Yes.
working with the kids, and you're actually finding the funding for it.
Yes, yes. I have a background in philanthropy and in nonprofit work, probably for about, I don't want to date myself, but almost 3 decades.
Wow.
And so my heart really became attached to philanthropic work, but impact storytelling. And much as Tinkerbell kind of iterated her story about her life, I think that there's such an opportunity and importance in projecting these stories and getting them in front of as many people as possible. One of the great gifts of social media, as you know, has been that now we can take a story that's important to hear and to learn about an organization, much like Silent Victims of Crime, Tinkerbell's Kids, and get it in front of the multitudes of people so that we can raise awareness about the organization and create impact. And hopefully also, when people hear Tinkerbell speaking about her life and what she's been through and, you know, the lives that have been touched through this organization, you spark within the viewer and the listener, I can do this too. How can I be involved? You know, so it's really communicating on a whole different level, not only the story, but the inspiration and the message of hope, resiliency, consistency. I mean, there are so many. So it's a big, I consider it a privilege for myself to be able to work on stories like this about silent victims of crime and any other that I'm, you know, able to connect with. So it's been an amazing opportunity.
It's such a Sally, you want to say something?
I really do want to say something because I can relate to so much of what you're saying, obviously not in the camps, but everything else, because they know my life story. And I started at a very similar age to you, how to be able to go on and talk about what happened to me and what it's done. It's opened up so much for me in my life at a very, you know, in my 60s, this all started to happen. I had many things happen. But what I'm finding very interesting, because you're dealing and wanting to tell kids, my story I'm feeling now, because I was very quiet about my age, that I want to show people that there is life after 60, 65. I believe in no coincidences, and you guys know that too. So I'm sitting here listening. I can't wait to talk, but I'm so interested in your story. But I too have had, as they know, many downs and ups too. But I started later in life, and I'm doing this. I want to motivate people that are later in life. It's like the other side of what you're doing. The kids, yes, there's a tremendous need for your story, but there's also a need for my story for the older generation.
Yeah.
Life is not over after 60. I'm over that. And sitting here and meeting you, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt anything, but I am just like, oh my gosh, right?
You know, your documentary starts, right, our sizzle, with the bombs going off in London when you were born. And
Yes,
you
exactly.
Not that you remember, you were told the stories, obviously, that your mother was rushed to the hospital as London was being bombed in 1945.
Right.
And right, so these are the stories that we have to document.
And I'm Jewish, and they didn't get to London, but you know, I feel obviously there's compassion. Of course, there's compassion there. But I relate to so much of what you're doing, and you too.
You're going to meet one more lady. Priscilla Danes is sitting right here in the audience, and you're going to want to interview her someday because she's over the 60 crowd, only close to 60, but she believes life is just beginning. She's always got a new beginning.
I've never met Priscilla.
You never met Priscilla.
No coincidence.
One of my
saw
closest friends.
Kimberly yesterday, Kimberly Douglas at the event, at Mac Chop's event, and we were talking. It was very, very loud. And I told her you were coming in, and she said, I need to come. I need to see Tinkerbell. I said, okay. But I met a lot of people last night. I don't know who's really coming. I didn't expect you to come with the bus.
But let's do this.
We're going to have to reset everything up.
I want to reset, and I want to capture this for tonight.
Okay. So more to come. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And I still want to can I ask Laura one quick question? Okay. I'm going to ask her a question anyway. Tinkerbell's past of being in the camps. Mm-hmm. We talk about there are no coincidences, and Sally talked about past lives. Her experiences in the camps and prison type, do you think has an impact on what she's doing now with these children?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, how can we ever say that one's past doesn't, reflect into their future and what they choose to create? The difference with someone like Tinkerbell and that people who choose to live with the glass full and, we all have an opportunity to kind of create the narrative of our life and how we're going to experience it. And as opposed to being weakened by the experience, she was strengthened by it. And in sharing her story, I think that only encourages love. And if anyone knows Tinkerbell, she's all about love.
I love it. All right, now we can take a commercial break. More to come on the other side of this 1 o'clock hour. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft, silk, touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do, and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't even have any feeling at all. These symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. That is 754-222-6642, or visit us online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back. You never know who comes in.
I don't even know.
See? I get to network people. I told you, longtime friends and new friends coming in.
You know what she told me? I get to witness. How many times over the last 20 years have I said witness? She knows.
And you know, I tease him all the time because he's always sitting. But yet, he witnesses a lot. And I'm usually running around 20 million places and he watches.
Well, somebody's got to hold the hammer while you're running around getting the nails.
But I'm excited. I'm so glad that Tinkerbell's here because I got to see Kimberly Douglas. I don't know if Kimberly's back out here. Last night at the event at Florida Arts Network event, which was really great. And she said, I want to come see Tinkerbell. And she brought in her good friend, Priscilla Dames, with her. And apparently Priscilla and Tinkerbell are in a dance troupe together.
A dance troupe?
Team?
We are twerkers.
They're twerkers.
You're twerkers. You're twerkers. Is this real?
It gets better, right? On the 1 o'clock hour.
Wait, it's going to get even better then. We're going to do a concert where I need twerkers. How many twerkers do you have?
I can bring 100.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a concert. Check this out. The call to action. This is the second time we had the.
You can have these as amp dancers. Yes.
You can have them as amp dancers. And the object of the game is that there's certain music that's played, and you bring out your dancers, and they dance in the movie theater, and they twerk, or whatever, and you do this dance for everybody, and you get people involved. You see, because when you go to the movies, what do? You sit there, you eat popcorn, right? This is not a call to action. But when you start dancing with the singers and the video and everything else, watch out now. I told you I'm going to make it happen.
And I see that.
I'm going to make it happen. I got twerkers now. Twerkers.
By the way, this lady, just so I can give you a little bit of how I met her, we met on a line going to see Vagina Monologues.
I saw them. This is very scary.
They met online.
We met online. Well, my girlfriend is her best friend, is also my best friend, introduced us, and we stood online for an hour and a half talking the entire time, and we were best of friends when we left.
Watching Vagina Monologue?
Vagina Monologue.
You know, I saw those in New York. Kind of Dangerfields they had them.
Oh my gosh. Well, Priscilla, I think they have a mic. Did they leave you a mic?
She has a mic.
Well, I don't know if it's on though. It's on.
It's on.
Just hold it close.
It's on.
So, welcome to our studio. I guess he's going to check it out. What's he? G-Man's like, what? I don't know what he's doing.
3, 4.
Hold up. We're going to figure that out. And I guess school is over, and so Kimberly brought her kids in, and it's someone's birthday.
Whose birthday is it? We got a third birthday?
We got a third birthday next week, so we're going to cut
Call
some
out
cake
your
and
name.
celebrate your birthday also.
Yeah, we're celebrating next week.
All right. Are we good now to talk to Priscilla?
Oh, yes. Are we on now?
Yes, you're on now.
Give us some background about you, Miss Priscilla. Priscilla Dames.
Wingspan Seminars. I'm the CEO and founder. I've just returned from Belize. I really believe in WOW, meaning Wings on Women. I am trying to assist the women in Belize. They're involved in domestic violence and have just a little bit of a voice. And the government, that is their number one focus right now. And so I'm very involved in giving the women a voice and helping women with domestic violence to get out of domestic violence from their abusers, taking American women in business to Belize. But may I tell you just a tiny bit about Tinkerbell and myself? A little bit ago, a couple of years ago, Tinkerbell called me from the hospital. And she told me, I said, in the hospital, what? And she said, I broke my neck. And I said, Tinkerbell, are you kidding me? You broke your neck? How did you break your neck? And she said, skiing. I said, skiing? I said, skiing at your age, which I should have never said to Tinkerbell. And she said, yes, skiing. And I said, so what are you doing? What are you going to do? You're not supposed to be on the phone, I bet. And she said, Priscilla, stop. But I can still twerk. kidding me? And I called her about a month ago, wasn't it, from Italy. And I said, I have a great idea. I said, what we're going to do is and I would love for this young lady over here in the glasses to come with us. Yes.
Sally, you're going to twerk. Oh, this is good. This is getting better and better by the minute.
And I said, I have a great idea. I said, we are going to learn how to do Beyonce's dance with cowgirl hats on, only senior women, and we're going to learn how to do that dance, and we are going to record all of us doing it from the beginning. And the last time, I said it may just be the two of us that are still in, but we are going to learn how to do that dance with only senior women. And so I invite you, I invite Dawn to come with us to learn the dance.
I can do what I do, and I can do a lot of things, but I am the worst singer in the world.
Dancer.
We're going to dance.
We're
going to dance.
You just got to twerk. You know how to twerk?
I'd never heard that.
I'll teach you. We'll teach you.
What is it?
Twerking? You want to see?
I'm originally from London.
Yeah,
and we
let's
didn't
show
have this.
Show us a twerk.
Can I show you?
Yeah,
Yes,
show me.
absolutely.
Okay, so this is not real twerking. This is twerking plus Tai Chi. So I've been doing Tai Chi for 20 years. No, it's twerking, the real twerking, because I won twerking contest. I won
You won the twerking contest.
So you got to bend your knees.
Show me.
Come on, girls, get up. Bend your knees.
Oh, you got to get up. Get up.
Bend your knees. Come on, girls.
Get up.
Bend your knees.
As a matter of fact,
'Cause
hold
this is twerking.
that. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. All right, so let's put them over. Gee, let's put them over by camera 4.
Oh my God.
Take your mic with you.
You want me
Take
to
your
go
mic
on,
over there.
T?
Okay,
Come on.
Get over there.
I
you
don't
two.
know about this,
That's
but I
okay.
will
Go
join
ahead.
in.
Go ahead. You want to go too?
Oh, no, I'm going to watch the
Oh,
two
this
ladies.
is content
I haven't hit
viral.
60 yet,
Here we
so
go.
I'm okay.
No, she said you're invited.
I can talk about
You are honored.
questions. I don't know if I can
Tig
do
and I
that.
did on stage.
All right, bring it
before.
back to
Don't
me.
play
Bring it
with
back
us,
to me.
okay?
So we're going to set them up.
We
We're gonna
dance
set
on
them up.
stage.
Can we see what we're
Can
doing?
you
All
see
right,
us?
let's see.
Oh.
Can you see us?
We're going to follow you.
Okay, it's
All
called
right.
Tai
Hold
Chi
on, hold on.
twerking.
Everybody's in place.
Okay.
All right,
We
you
can't
ready?
see.
Should we put music to this? What's the twerk
Yeah,
song?
you can put any kind of music to it. Just not slow
Suddenly,
music.
I'm short and I feel so tall.
You gotta bend your knees.
You got to bend your knees.
Camera and I think, oh my God, I'm tall.
Let
You
us
gotta
know
bend
when
your
we're
knees.
on.
There you go. Now you're the right height.
Okay, you're on.
We're on.
You're
That's
on.
it. So we're going to do the Tai Chi pose first, which is spread your legs.
I need to go behind
And
you.
then put your weight shifting from one leg to the other. That's Tai Chi.
Oh, okay.
That's Tai Chi. That's shift your weight. Then you start moving your butt a little bit. You start moving your butt. And then you start
She's good at wiggling.
doing a little bit faster, and then
Oh, I
you're
like
twerking.
this.
You're twerking and
This
Tai
is what it
Chi.
is. Okay, good.
And I do 10 minutes of this every morning so that I don't need any hip replacement ever.
And there you have it.
So I'm going to be 80. So this is for young and for old. This is for everybody, right? Oh, goodness,
I
this is
know. I
great.
think I've seen everything.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is fun.
I'm gonna tell you that.
She does have a lot of energy, okay.
I tell you.
Man's like, wow.
I'm gonna tell you that's gotta be jam because jelly don't move like that.
See that? You just never know who's going to be here in the studio.
Not only don't you know, somebody passed me some crackers because that's a. Baxton, they needed you to
Baxton,
twerk.
did they make you happy? They made you smile today?
I didn't know
Baxton,
what I was
you know how
going
to
to be in
twerk?
for today.
That's
And it's
unbelievable.
the young one that's out of breath, I want you to know.
Yes, I
Kim
am.
is out of breath.
Are you out of breath?
Even I did add 30 pounds to the exercise.
They say 10 minutes of twerking is like doing 45 minutes of exercise.
I gotta tell you, I watched you for 30 seconds. I'm exhausted.
He's still witnessing, Laura. This is Freddie. He's still watching.
Hey, I got a camera on it, didn't I? Huh?
Someone's got to do
How
it.
you did that.
That was pretty good, right?
That was good.
See, she likes Tinkerbell is tinkering around. Now I can only imagine Tinkerbell broke her neck and she's flying through the air
Skiing.
on the ski slopes, and then she comes up twerking.
My God.
Actually, it
about
saved
that?
my life.
Resilience.
The twerking saved my life.
I'm pretty sure it has.
The
And you
doctor
do it so
said
well.
that. The neurologist said that.
Are you like a professional twerker?
She won the
Well, I won
competition, I think.
contest. That doesn't make me a professional, though.
That is it going by you outlasted everybody? Because I'm sure you could twerk there for
No,
days.
I was the oldest one there.
Wow.
The other twerkers were in their 20s and early 30s, and I didn't even know how to twerk. And I said, okay, show me how to do it. And one of the girls showed me how to do it, and I had the longest resiliency with the twerking. I stayed up on stage longer, and there was screaming in the audience. There were hundreds of people there. It was a gay club, and it was for my birthday, and people were up on the stage and twerking their heads off. And
Unbelievable.
Working their heads off. I'm thinking of all the different things. This is like a giant fundraiser.
Well, Kimberly, I saw you last night
Giant fundraiser.
without kids.
Yes, yes.
And then
yes.
so you said, oh, let's go to the cafe tomorrow, and you called Priscilla and said, I'm picking you up, we're going?
Oh, absolutely. No, as soon as I knew Tinkerbell was coming, I was like, I wanted to come. And I already knew I had the troops with me. So I called her and I was like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? She's like, I'm busy. I'm like, well, I'm going to go hang out with Tinkerbell at the Brooklyn Cafe show. She's like, where is that? And then next thing you know, she was having breakfast across the street from me. And we rolled up together. So she was like, oh my gosh, Tinkerbell's going to lose it. She's not expecting it. I was like, yes, I love to be the one that just drops the bomb on someone. Like, here, have a great day.
You're the founder of Flow?
Yes, I am. A film festival and market here in South Florida, founder and CEO. Very excited to talk to Tinkerbell about her initiatives, and because we've just started our youth initiatives and working with children in different facets and high school kids. So, you know, with her breadth of experience, definitely looking forward to sit down and having a more in-depth conversation about how we can make an impact.
A lot of things going on in one room. Can you kind of wrap
Standing room only.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I didn't even know anybody was coming today. I knew Sally was coming today, nothing else.
You just never
Thank you
know.
for the
I'm always
information.
good for a Monday, right?
We know Sally's
You do your
good for a
show
Monday.
Mondays.
Show, yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Priscilla, you do global training for women empowerment?
I do global training now for women's empowerment, but I've done conflict resolution for 45 years, actually. And I am going through a transition like this young lady is now. But my dream job was training ex-militants in Nigeria, Africa, and it was for the government there. And what I thought was going to be a 2-week training ended up being an 18-month training. And so that was just fascinating.
How did you get involved with that?
My base is conflict resolution, and I was invited by a Dr. Lafayette, Bernard Lafayette, because he trained me at Rhode Island University in Kingian nonviolence, and that's what we were training. That was part of the amnesty program in Nigeria. It was just fascinating.
How long ago did you start doing this?
45 years ago.
Oh, yes.
I started out with the Anti-Defamation League. They trained me. And in those days, when they train you, none of this half-day stuff. They really trained you for 2 solid weeks all day. And after the training, they sent me all over the state of Florida for racial tension situations.
And it's still going on.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've just launched my Wingspan Academy, as a matter of fact, and it's addressing race. But conflict goes on across the board with everybody in the workroom, in the schoolhouse, everywhere is conflict now. And I ended up training on my job full-time, which was Dade County Public Schools, and in my business too, and eventually I had to choose, and I chose my business. So
What did you do for Dade County Public Schools?
Initially, I was a teacher, and I've taught primary through university level. But for the last 12 years before I retired, I was a full-time trainer, and the base was conflict resolution there because Dade County Public Schools is one of the largest systems, as you know, in the country. And they had started having so much trouble with conflict, children coming to schools with guns. That's everywhere now, but 20 years ago when it started, that's when Dade County Public School took the initiative to hire 13 specialists in conflict. and I was one of the first ones hired. So I was excited about that.
That's incredible. And now everyone thinks the ADL is just for anti-Semitism. It is not.
No.
And that's, I think people don't realize that it's racial hate, racially, globally, is what they're fighting. And that's incredible that you.
And I was only
them.
26. I'm 71 now. I was 26 then. And they had, I don't know if you're old enough, but Ann Bishop and Dwight Lauderdale, they did the World of Difference campaign on television, and I was part of that, and that's how I became aware of the Anti-Defamation League, and they especially became aware of me and invited me to become one of their trainers. But it was fabulous. It was just fabulous.
That's the ADL?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know the ADL even existed until I met Dawn 8 years ago. And I was fascinated by the ADL.
Yes.
And we decided to hold fundraisers at the Pandas. Yes, I know they won. They beat my Rangers. At the Panda Stadium, we held it. What?
Panthers.
Panthers, whatever. Pandas.
He's changed the animal
don't
on us.
start with it.
Panthers.
And every November, we held a seminar there. We did a show there, and we invited 20,000 of our closest friends, and we were up in the rafters, remember? And they used to put our name on the scoreboard, and we used to shoot hockey pucks at the end of the game. And we let people put in whatever not-for-profit they wanted, and there was a scale down. So you were able to pick wherever you wanted your money from your ticket to go. We didn't make any money on this deal whatsoever. If anything, it cost a lot to get all the equipment to get there and everything else. But what an experience we had with that whole thing. And I learned more about ADL in those 3 years, 4 years that we did it than ever in my life in New York City. I never heard of anything like ADL. I don't know. I didn't understand the work they did, how great they are, and what they do. What an impact. But we used to have fun every November. I used to look forward to doing that. We should do it again.
Look at these powerful women in here. Unbelievable.
Talking about throwing parties, nobody can throw a better party than Priscilla. It's called Fabulous. She created a special event called Fabulous that we've done, 6 years in a row or something?
Yes.
And Fabulous is about women in business who want to have fun. Give up business for a little bit and have fun.
Yeah.
And people with boas, and there's things going on the walls, and there's dancing, and there's food, and there's a lot of hugging and having a lot of fun.
What things are going up on the wall? Wait a minute.
All kinds of images.
Yeah. And there are 3 rules. 1, no man talk. 2, no child talk. And 3, modesty is not allowed. We want to know about you, not your husband, your boo, or your boo-boo's children. We want the women to meet other women and talk about themselves. And those are the only 3 rules, and they could go anywhere and just have fun. And these are women that are elected official, business owners. These women are very active, and the whole idea is just to have silly fun. Incorporate self-care into your own life, and that's what it's about.
When is your next event?
I'm sorry?
When is the next event?
I don't know. Well, if you really want to know the truth, it's right here in Hollywood at I know. It's going to be at Asali Wellness and Health Shop. I'm going to do a 6-month launch. Tinkerbell doesn't even know about this yet.
Oh my God.
A 6-month launch.
Spring it on me at the last
For 6 months?
on the stage.
A 6-month
She always
launch.
puts me on the stage.
Yes.
A 6-month launch.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Freddie can't come though, right?
Freddie, you can't come.
I can't, but you know what it is?
No, you can come, because lately we've been allowing men to come.
Yes.
Did you do that?
No, you
We
wouldn't
think
say-
you get a lot
No,
out
you
of
don't
it.
do that. What we do is we hold the men on the outside of the building. Now, let me tell you something. Every time we did a women's event, I always held something at another place for the men.
Sure.
And the numbers were tremendous because the men want to show the support, otherwise they're in the doghouse, you know what I'm saying? So you hold it on the outside in the parking lot, and we do what Renee does, and we do a whole thing on the outside where the women go on the inside. Then when it's all over, you can merge them all over because the women will be happy, the men will be happy, And it just lifts your entire program up to another level.
Incredible.
Priscilla, now you said it. Now we got.
Now you're going to have to twerk your way out of this one, baby.
I've got to say, Feriel Yoakum. She is an international image consultant, and we know her very well.
We interviewed her years ago.
Oh, I'm so glad.
From Del Rey.
Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely. She is one of the most exciting women that I know. And Tinkerbell and I know her very, very well. She invited me to be part of her team, and she asked me if I'd be interested, and she trained me. And initially I said no, because I had no aspirations to be an image consultant or personal stylist. And so I left it at that. I was so honored because she is already international. And so I thought about that, and I said, you know this, what better way to show women that are already seniors that they can pivot and transform, pivot, go back and reach their dreams, transition now, that if I do this. So I went back to her 3 or 4 weeks later and told her I do accept the invitation. And so that's what I'm launching at Asali at the store, Wellness and Health, in August, starting in August for 6 months.
It's so very important because, again, I always say there are no coincidences. I've never questioned what I want to do and where I'm going from here on into, but I've had people the last couple of weeks saying to me, why? And not that I questioned myself because I knew my answer, but I did question myself in a way, what am I doing, where I could just be sitting at home? But no, and I believe we all have a little bit of that in ourselves, as long as someone might point it out. It doesn't matter what age you are, but especially as you become a senior. Right?
Because the United States is so fickle. We tend to throw away the elderly, especially if you are a woman. If you're not a blonde and this big and 20, 30 years old, we say you're too old. And no, we're saying, no, we're not too old.
No, we're not.
We have
No, we're not.
Gifts. No, we're not. We have wisdom gifts now. And I have a bestseller out with Kim Coles.
Beautiful.
It's called Wisdom Gifts.
Well, you know, the object of the game is that you're going to make noise, more noise, and even more noise. And you got to do something like shorten the bridge, because everybody should reach a dream. So you should shorten the bridge, because a lot of people are under the mindset that dreams are not reachable. And you know, that's a bunch of crap. When I was growing up, I didn't even speak English. I barely speak it now. And my father told me, you don't worry about it because you're going to be president one day. It probably could have been if I wanted to, the way things are right now. But the object of the game is that you have the desire. You never say no. And then you get to witness. That's the difference. Because people that make things happen, open that stage and just step forward. Forget about age. Age is but a number. Have fun and keep on tweaking, and twerking and tweaking and whatever the hell else you got to do in between. And Alicia, you might as well come in and sit over here.
But I haven't seen Feriel. It's got to be 6 years since we've seen her. We were at another studio. It was a long, long time.
She just lost some weight, and she's just as fabulous as
how
ever.
wonderful.
So let's have a reunion. Let's do a, what is it, twerk?
A twerk reunion?
Twerk reunion.
Tai Chi twerk. It's called Tai Chi twerk.
Well, Tai Chi I'm very familiar with. It's the twerk part.
So you want to bring Feriel in and
squeeze in the
Priscilla?
twerk, it changes
Bring
everything.
them all in. We'll do
We're gonna wear the cowgirl hats now.
Do a commercial to introduce your 6-month voyage here.
Great.
Oh, that's a
Fantastic.
great idea.
Let's do it. We'll have a blast. We'll have a blast.
Well,
As a matter of
excited
fact,
for
I
more
like your
information.
idea, Freddie, that you did that event, that you invited thousands of people, and people came, and then they could vote for whoever they wanted to be a charity.
Yeah, you hit this thing, and there was all these charities
Yeah.
there, and you put your money wherever you want.
Love it. I love that.
Oh, it's
Don't
the
you like
best.
that?
I love that.
I love it. That's a
There was-
great
There was
idea.
21,450 people there that night.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
And they all got to witness everything.
Then
that
we got to
ADO
go
was
down
on.
and do the hockey shooting
And we got to
on
shoot
the, on the
puck.
ice.
She scored, I missed. She scored. She's running around like a mad woman. Your mom went. Your mom is about this big, shorter than her.
Tinkerbell.
No,
yeah.
I don't think she's shorter than I am.
So
I was going to say
I'm the
shorter than
shortest person in
Tinkerbell.
America.
one of the guys said to her, because she made a comment about
Stand
one
up.
of the staff. He says, "What, you fall in the manhole?" I'll never forget.
Pretty much.
But what an event! And everybody wore their shirts. What an event! They did a fantastic thing. We can bring
Everyone
all
had the
that back to
AGL No Place for Hate shirts.
We just have to find a really big place to do it in.
Like the Panthers Arena?
like upstairs in
That's where we did it.
They have rooms there that hold 1,000 people, and then upstairs you can have the whole top.
Let's do it at the Panthers Arena.
Oh, that'd be,
Or the New Marlins
that'd be-
Stadium.
and
There's
they
a lot
put
of places,
food out,
right?
and there's pictures.
The Heat, I think, does a lot for kids.
Never been to the Heat because I'm a Knick lover and a Heat hater.
We forgive
the
you.
Panthers. But now that they beat the Rangers, but it's a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. It brings a lot of people together. There was a booth there for people to give contributions if they didn't want to go
I
onto
like
the
that.
website.
I love it.
I love
They
it
make
that,
so
you know,
easy.
you just bring people together no matter, they just believe in philanthropy.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity for now and for the future and for things to build and grow and go and keep going. We can invite Renee's gang. There's a lot of things you could do with this.
Yes.
But you just have to put one foot forward.
Not only that, Priscilla and I know a lot of actors and singers and dancers and musicians, so we can put all of our efforts together, and Laura
That would be great.
help us put this
So
together.
let's do a concert down in Fort Lauderdale. Oh man, this is gonna get really
Would
wacky.
that be
Kimberly's
cool?
very friendly with them down there.
Yes, we have a down payment. We have an open date. We have to put a
Oh, Kim
concert
knows
together.
everybody.
Oh, wow.
And at the Savoy,
Savor, yeah.
Savor. Am I
That's where
gonna
they
get
had the
one way
arts
right?
festival, the film festival.
Yes, but we want to do something special there because they have a whole side to that, and they hold 250 people. That's why I came up with the dancers. And I wanted to do film in the back, like videos of people singing certain songs, like Ghosts and all that. I was
Perfect.
going to do it in 3D,
Perfect.
That would be
which is a
Love
real,
it.
and their kids look at me and says, "He's lost his mind again."
Kimberly
No, I
at the
love it.
Savor.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Savor. It's a great.
The
place.
Savor. So we put the dancers and everything in there.
You guys
we
can
film
twerk
it,
there?
And she's laughing.
To
And we-
twerk, I haven't twerked yet.
You're going to twerk in front of 250 people.
I'm gonna have to get a refresher from Tinkerbell.
I'll give you a refresher.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to find out what Sally's got in store for her show, Call Me Zena, cut some birthday cake, and let everyone enjoy, because we got to celebrate Nathan and Baxton, 25 years old today.
I know, they were born in the
Oh.
same hospital, the same doctor, on the
That's
same
incredible.
day for two different mothers.
Oh, my goodness.
But
The
it
other side of
sounds
this
good.
commercial break, he made that up. We'll be right back.
You've been watching
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free. Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right. So we officially have to say happy birthday to our very own Nathan and Baxton. Happy birthday, you guys.
Come here, Baxton. All right.
He doesn't want to come up here.
Come on up. We'll stand over here by the side so we can sing to you.
Come stand right here. You won't be on camera.
Not even on camera yet.
All right.
So can we sing?
We're going to sing in 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you.
Baxton and Nate.
Happy birthday to you.
Baxton and Nate.
Happy birthday, Baxton and Nathan. Happy birthday to you. All right.
I'll take this side. You take
Take one.
Okay.
Take one.
One more.
All right, G-Man, the plates are over there. All right, we're going to pass this over to you, Nathan. You can put that on the table.
Guys.
And we got one more birthday. What's your name, honey? Legacy. Of course it is. Next week. All right, so enjoy some cake. I think we're going to wrap up because they all just want to eat. All right, have a great afternoon, everyone. We're going to cut the cake, have some fun. Tune in today at 2:30 to Call Me Zena. Sally's talking about gratitude, what we should all be grateful for. And I think we got a lot of things to be grateful for today.
Absolutely.
So you know what Marie Antoinette said?
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake. We'll see you at 2:30.
Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.